guys. All right, so we have a very special guest leading your weapons class today. So Mr. Bob Hallmark is excellent on the sword, and he has trained many years in martial arts with my family as well. And so I hope you enjoy what you are going to see from him today. Make sure I want you to follow exactly what he does. It's not going to be anything like we normally do, but it's going to be a cool experience. This is a Japanese style of sword fighting. So enjoy and work hard, guys.
My name is Bob Hallmark. I'm a 3rd degree in Taekwondo, and I'm first Dan in Aikido. Sword is actually an extension of the hands. In Japanese culture, it is what all martial arts are based on. So think of the movements of karate and Aikido as strikes with the sword with your empty hand. And in fact, that's what karate means. Karate, empty hand. And that's just basically where a lot of the martial arts come from. There's a few things you need to know about how to handle a sword. First of all, it should always be taken with 2 hands when somebody presents it to you. 2 hands, and then you pull it back. This is what's called saluting. With the sword in your right hand, you'll step forward, salute, and then you'll do what's called make ready. Left leg always goes back and then comes back, okay? So I'm gonna do just a couple of quick katas for you, okay? These are the simple ones, the ones that everybody needs to know if you do sword, okay? All right, first, this one is called mae, all right? Mae, you step forward. The hand comes over the top with your palm up and then turns over on the blade, while your hand is always on the sheath when you grasp. Now what I'm going to do now is traditionally called a blood shake. You notice I don't look down to resheath my sword. It's considered an insult to the Japanese to actually look down to put your sword back. That's how you know that you're one with the sword, is you don't have to look.
All right, guys, here this is slowed down for you. So you go ahead and you put your hand on top, and you're gonna step forward and you pull your sword out into a high block. I know you can't see what he is doing, but it is a high block with a sword. Stepping forward with a 1 strike, 2 hands on the bottom of the sword. He's about to move to a number 6 strike, but he actually supports the blade, the back of the blade, with his other hand. Number 6, no foot movement on this one. And he comes back up, 2 hands on the bottom of the sword, steps forward, and does a 7 strike down. Now guys, Mr. Bob Hallmark has trained many years, and he is an excellent swordsman. So what he's teaching you are things from Japanese culture. And in their culture, after they went to war, they would use these in war. And so there usually would be blood on the sword. So they did not want to resheath their sword with it being wet. So he will do a shake, a sword or a blood shake is what he called it, to be able to get it off. So he's going to wipe his hand up, and then he's going to push it down to make sure it cleans that sword. And these quick motions shake it off. And then he is going to re-sheath his sword. And as he said before, that you know that you are one with the sword if you can resheath it without looking at it. Your swords do not have a blade, so you need to be able to replace it to your side from the tip of it all the way to the hilt of it, and you should not have to look at it. And he slides it at the top to be able to direct it back to where it goes. to work with this, guys.
This next one is called number 6, or katamai. And katamai is a step forward with a push over the top.
All right, reach for your sword, coming straight up above your head at a slanted angle, coming over the top with that number 7. That other hand is assisting the blade. Go to the side and get ready for your number 6 again. Strike all the way through. He's gonna come up and chamber for 1, chamber for 2, come back through around his head and strike 7. So he's faking out his opponent. All the way through with 2 hands of power strike. Way to work, guys, on this. Now he's going to shake the sword as well. So 1 hand up, strong, and 1 hand down, strong. And then you're going to resheath your sword, grabbing it with the hand that is not your that is on the opposite side of the hilt. And make sure you try not to look at where you're going. You should just feel where the sword is going. Way to work with this, guys. Good job, good job.
Last one I'm going to show you is an exercise. This is called 8-step. In 8-step, the right leg goes back.
Alright, so like he said, this one is an exercise. So he's going to step back with his right foot, hand comes high, and the blade is pointed back far away. So extending the blade through the hand through the blade's tip. 2 hands come up, and you're going to be able to push your sword all the way down, and you're kind of loading up for the next strike. Now you're going to burst forward with a number 7 strike, step forward all the way over your head. Then he's gonna step feet straight together, gathering all your weight together. He's gonna raise up, and he's gonna give a number 5 strike. So that's a strike directly from the side, number 5. Come over the top with a 2 down. Then a 3 all the way back up, straight high, and aiming. And stopping right at his forehead so he can see where he's going. Turning around, pulling those feet together, and all the way behind with another number 7. He's gonna up on his toes, pull his feet up on his toes, pull up and around, and high and aim again. Look how his stance is, guys. You need to be copying this. Then he's gonna step through with a number 2 strike all the way down. Come back up, chamber and high, and re-aiming. Remember, check out the stance. He's making sure he's gathering all his weight and he has full control over where his body is. Then he's going to step through with a number 3 strike up to that aiming position and turn back around, stepping back through again with that number 7. Nice and strong strike. For those of you who don't know, Mr. Bob Hallmark is also a newscaster here in this area. So he is the action newsman. So he just actually also pulled that sword right up into this, it's almost like a ready position. And then he's going to switch his hands so he gains control of that sword. Then the other hand's going to go down, find where his sheath is, and then he's going to sheath his sword. So it was a great honor to have him here today to be able to show us these cool moves, guys. And I hope you enjoyed the Japanese style of sword fighting with Mr. Bob Hallmark.